I'm very sorry about that, everybody. My phone went off for some reason. I'm hoping it won't do it again. Once I've got you in the pose, I'll get my computer to make sure that I don't lose you. So let's try again. Dragonfly. Legs out straight to the side. Maybe you're already in this pose. Great if you are. Adjust the legs so that you're starting to get a bit of a stretch on the inside thigh, and then fold forward. You don't need to be folded forward a lot to get a stretch in the back. As you can see, for me, this is as far as I go. But I've got some stretch in my back, so that's okay. If you want more stretch on the inside thighs, then you want to separate them a bit more. If you want less, bring them together a bit more. Play with the positioning of this, folding forward, sitting up on something if you would like to fold forward a bit more. And also if you feel that there's a bit of a stretch underneath the backs of the knees, you can always roll up a blanket, put it underneath, raise them up a bit. So we're going to be here for 3 minutes. So just allow yourself to relax into the pose. Close your eyes and don't be concerned that I'm going to disappear from screen. I'm going to get my computer. So please just relax into the pose. And if you have the music on, then just see if you can use that music to help you relax further, allowing it to wash over you, to wash into you, actually, to absorb it. Or alternatively, you might want to try just allowing it to be there, but really focusing on the feelings in the body. Try both of them. Sorry for the banging. No more banging. And if you've got a reaction to that noise that I was making, then be aware of that. Notice what emotions that brought up. Maybe noting what that emotion was. It's the same with music. Some music you like, some music you don't. It's a very emotive thing. Just notice what emotions are coming up with any distractions, sounds, thoughts, what emotions the music is bringing up if you're listening to it. Noticing the emotions, noting them, and then just letting them go without thinking about them in any particular way. We're going to be here for around just under another minute or so. If you feel like it's too intense at any point, then either come up or close the legs a bit. Or if for this last part you'd like a bit more stretch, then very gently, small movements, you can just open the legs a little bit more, and then once more, relax into the pose. once more, relaxing. Okay, so when you're ready, just come up to the center and take hold of the backs of the legs, bringing the legs in, bringing the knees in. Place the feet on the floor. You can stay sitting on something if you are. And take hold of the knees, close your eyes, and just for a few moments, notice the after effects. Notice how the inside thighs feel, how the back feels. And just notice if anything is now spreading, any sensations through the body. And then when you're ready, open your eyes if they're closed, and then just lift your feet up. And you might want to rock from side to side, perhaps stretching out one leg, stretching out the other, just as a little bit of a counter pose, a bit of yang, nothing too dynamic, but just a bit of movement before we lie down. So then I want you to move onto your back. So we're doing lots of inside and outside thigh today, inside and outside body actually. So we're going to do banana asana. Right leg out to the side. And then you can put the left ankle on top. We're looking for a stretch on the left side here. You may be starting to feel it already, maybe not. And then, like a banana, you're going to move, keep the hips approximately where they are, and move the top half over. So you've got this bend, so you're feeling a stretch on the left. Put the arms up, and then you can take hold of the wrist, either one, or perhaps the elbows. And if you're not really feeling too much of a stretch, then just play with the position, move the legs over a bit more. Perhaps even try having the legs next to each other or crossing the ankle the other way. Play with all of those versions. And play with holding either the wrist or the elbows. And you can move the position of the top half as well. Now, if anybody's feeling a bit of compression on one side, then I would just suggest playing with the position of the hips. They don't have to be straight, not at all, not aesthetically. Aesthetics don't matter, but we don't want any uncomfortable sensations in either your side or your lower back. So play with the position of the hips, raise them, bring them back down again. And then close your eyes and we'll stay here for another 3 minutes or so. Once more, if you have music, see if you can allow it to really seep into you, to help you relax. Perhaps with each in-breath, imagine like you're drawing it in. And each out-breath, just allowing the body to relax a bit more. And as we did before, just noticing any emotions, any thoughts, any sounds, to come into your awareness, naming them, then letting them go. And for the last minute or so, if you wanted to just move very slightly for a bit more stretch on the side, then please do. Or if you want less, then just reduce that banana shape, either in the torso or the legs. And then once more, allow the body to relax. You may be feeling this more at the hip, the body, the side of the body, the glutes, down the leg, the side of the arm. It could be 1, 2, 3, or all of these. As long as we're feeling something on the side of the body, somewhere, that's what we're going for. Okay, so on the next out-breath, let go of the arms, bring them down, come to the center, bend both knees and just let them rest here for a couple of moments, and we're going to go directly into the eye of the needle, aiming to stretch the side of the left leg, the glute area, and maybe further down. So just bring the left ankle or left calf on the right knee. If you have got enough stretch here on the side of the leg or the side bum, stay here. This is absolutely fine if this is enough for you. If you want more, you bring the knee in and you take hold either on the outside or behind the knee. Try all options, see which one you feel you're okay to stay in. Not okay, but where you're feeling a nice stretch, but you're not pushing it. We're going to be in this for around 2 minutes. Closing the eyes. Noticing the sensations. Allowing the music, if you have it on, to either wash over you, to just be there, or allowing it to really move inside you and to help you relax into the pose. Different people, different things. Use these things for you. This is your yoga, this is your practice. So adjust it so it's what you need. And if anybody feels here like actually they still would like more stretch, as long as you're not overdoing it, you can move micro movements slightly one way, slightly to the right, for example. See how that changes the stretch, where it moves to. Slightly to the left, how does that change it? Find where you want it and then just stay for the last 10 seconds or so. Relax the muscles. And then let go of the leg if you're holding onto it. Straighten the legs. And we'll just stay here for that rebound. Noticing the areas that we just stimulated and what the sensations are there. And then notice today, do those sensations start spreading to other parts of the body, or do they stay where they are? And how do you feel in a non-physical sense? And let's move to the other side. Just to let you know, we will probably go over 5 minutes or so today because of the technical issues at the beginning. I hope that's okay. By all means, of course, leave earlier if you need to. I hope you can do the full practice though. Anyway, left leg out to the side. Right leg either crosses over or it's next to it, or you can put the left ankle over the right ankle if you prefer. Arms up on the floor above you. Move the torso also over to the left side. Take hold of the wrist. See how that feels, or the elbow. Play with the position of the hips to make sure that you've got no stabbing or pinching or anything like that. Adjust the position of the torso so that it suits you, then close your eyes. Relax the body. And if anybody has any questions about any of the poses, like if you're having any issues, if you can't get into it, or if something specific is actually hurting you, anything at all, type it through and I will answer as long as I see it. I should see it. I've got my computer on. So everyone else relax, but if anyone wants to ask me anything, if the pose isn't working, tell me. And I will answer you as long as I see the message. Keep the body relaxed. Noting anything that comes up. Noticing your breath. How is it today? Is it slow? Is it fast? Is it deep? Does it feel strained? Does it feel shallow? Notice it. And use the out breath to help you relax deeper into the pose. Okay, so I've got a message from Andrea. Should both hips be facing up or slight turn to either side? There is no right or wrong, Andrea. It doesn't matter at all as long as you're feeling the stretch on the side of the body. So for me, for example, my hips tend to be both on the floor, but for many people, actually one hip is up off the floor. That's absolutely fine as long as you're feeling that stretch on the side of the body. If you're not, then you might want to play with the position of the hip. So for example, maybe gently ease it downwards and see if that makes a difference, or perhaps bringing it up a bit and see if that makes a difference. I hope that's answered your question. Let me know at the end what happened with that. Okay, so let's come out of this side. So again, bring the legs back to the center, bring the arms down. Bend the knees, and then we're going to go to eye of the needle on the right side. So this time you're going to bring the right ankle onto the knee. If this is enough, you stay here. If you want more stretch, you bring the knees towards you. You take hold of the left knee, either outside or in the knee pit. You can play with the position of this top leg, by the way. It doesn't have to be the ankle on the knee. You can move it around. You can play with that to get the right amount of stretch for you on the outside right hip. Again, if you want a bit more stretch, then you can just try moving, just rocking slightly to one side. And then allow yourself to relax. And again, I invite you, if anyone has any questions, send them through. Otherwise, close your eyes. We'll stay here for just under 2 minutes now. Notice if you're tensing anything anywhere. See if you can release. The areas that we're stimulating today, the outside and the inside body, inside thighs and outside body, can bring up feelings of irritation, frustration, even anger. So don't be surprised if those emotions come up today. But do what we did before. Notice them. Note them. Let them go. And just before we come down, maybe all of you might want to just rock a little bit, just small movements from left to right, just to notice how that changes the stretch slightly. Still in the right leg? Probably. Not necessarily. But just see how it moves to a different part of that leg. Micro movements, not big movements at all. Okay, let go. Bring the legs down. And find your relaxed position for the final rebound for the Shavasana. I'm going to set this for around 3 minutes and then I'll bring you out, but by all means stay as long as you need to. If you do need to go, I'm aware we've gone over time, please just at least give yourself a minute or so before you move. And ideally wait for me to ring the bell. It's a nice way to come out, I think. Close your eyes, relax the body. See how the ground supports you. Soften the face again. Just relax. So please just make your way slowly back up to a seated position. Nothing too sudden, taking your time. And then when you're here, just close your eyes for a couple of moments. Noticing how you feel. And take the arms out to the sides, up above the head, palm. Take a deep breath in. And then breathe out the mouth. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. If you would like to do a longer session on this theme, tomorrow will be Yin Yoga and the sounds of nature. We'll be doing this one too. Our 75-minute Yin Yoga session via Zoom to rainforest at night from Sri Lanka, which is rather beautiful, natural sounds. So if you would like to join that, then you can find that on my events page, Yin Yoga and the Sounds of Nature. So I hope to see you there, but if not, then I hope to see you next week. Thanks for joining.